Hope-Gill, and I'm the program coordinator for Lenore-Ryan University's MFA in Creative Writing program, and also the Narrative Healthcare Certificate program. My presentation, or my week in this remarkable program, is focused on narrative. And I understand you've heard that word plenty of times. And you're also hearing the word story a lot these days. This is because we are living in a moment when the narrative is changing. And perhaps through your own experiences with psychotherapy or counseling, you've heard, well, what story are you telling yourself? And can we change the story that we tell ourselves about ourselves? And that's hopefully the process that we get to enjoy the deeper we go into counseling and therapy. Now think about that on a national and global scale. Can we change the story that we've been telling ourselves so that we can tell a new story? Well, there we go. While talking about changing the story, I changed location. And so what that does, I didn't mean this to be part of the lesson, but here we go, is it changes our perspective. And while we were inside, you saw kind of darkness and you could see maybe some objects behind me. And here you're seeing a new picture. That's how powerful changing a story is. It is changing our perspective. It's changing our position. It's changing what we are permitted to see, that perhaps earlier that information was outside what we call in narrative theory, the frame. We are in a moment where humanity is reframing its own story. Now think about that word framing. We think about, oh, let's reframe. We can throw it around a bit. But think about a photograph that you love and you go out to buy a frame for it. But maybe the frame is too small. And so you have to cut part of the photograph, right, to fit the photograph in the frame. You wouldn't want to do that if you had to cut out vital information from that photograph, right? Like if it's a photograph of you and a beloved figure in your life, you're like, oh, well, looks like I have to cut out my beloved figure and so that it'll fit the frame. You don't want to do that, right? You go back, you return the frame, you get one that actually will fit the photograph. This is what we're doing. We're reframing the narrative of human history. This is why it feels so charged. This is why it feels challenging. It feels sometimes like a battle. In narrative training, which we do in the narrative healthcare program, we learn something called narrative competency. This is the ability, according to Dr. Rita, or as defined by Dr. Rita Sharon, founder of the narrative medicine program at Columbia College of Physicians and Surgeons, wherein we learn to listen to, attend to, interpret, analyze, absorb, and be moved by stories. All of this. We learn how to do all of this. And part of that process teaches us something called narrative humility, the title of one of the videos that you're going to watch, featuring Dr. Santayani Dasgupta of the Narrative Medicine program. And this teaches us, oh, wow, I've been using the wrong frame. I've been leaving vital figures outside of my vision. I've been paying attention to only one thing in the picture when actually in a new frame, I can see there are many, many things happening in this picture. We also are going to see a video about the movement to change the narrative and the power that is accumulating to change the narrative. And keep returning to the term reframing. We're reframing because not everybody was in the picture. And everybody needs to be in the picture if we're going to talk about humanity. So I hope you enjoy these videos, and they are ways of talking about narrative. However, we often disconnect it from narrative theory. And narrative theory is listening to a story in a way that lets us
inquire about how we listen to stories. Who's telling it? Are there other voices that need to be heard? Are there missing narrators? What is the setting? What is being hidden from me in this setting? What is the desire behind the story? How is time being used? These are questions that help us get past this initial reaction to, oh, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. It's going to make me feel uncomfortable. Or I don't want to hear this. It's anything to do with me. Everything has something to do with us. Everything. So enjoy these videos and readings. And one of them, The Power to Change Narrative, will be a whole selection of remarkable articles. I have selected one about narrative power for us to engage. And then when we meet on Thursday, I will have Dr. Harlan Graydon with me, who is the former grants director of the North Carolina Humanities Council. And we do a lot of work regarding narrative and narratives and narrative change. Thank you so much. Bye.